In this video, I'm going to teach you how to solve a quadratic equation by completing the square. Now, you can solve a quadratic by using the quadratic formula, minus b plus or minus, and the rest of it. Or you can solve a quadratic if you can factorize it into double brackets. You know, they're the options. This is just another option for how to solve quadratics. And we get an exact answer, and we're going to leave it in surd form. Okay, so just remember that we're going to leave it in its surd form. Okay, right. So first of all, we need to complete this square. If you haven't watched the previous video, make sure you do that. Make sure you practice it before you kind of like get to this one. All right, so let's complete the square real quick. Actually, let's do it over here. So put this bracket being squared, and it'd be x take away, because there's a takeaway there. A half of that is 7, so that's take away 7. And then we would need to, okay, so if I look at the double bracket and think about what number would be at the end, that'd be a 49. So I'm going to get rid of the 49. I'm going to minus that off. I'm going to replace it with 8, minus 8. Okay, equals 0. Okay, so then this would turn into x minus 7 squared. Minus 49, take away another 8 is minus 57. Okay, so what you do first of all is you complete the square of this thing here. Okay, right, now we're actually going to go on to now solve this equation. So we're going to actually work out what x is in its exact form and leave the answer in terms of a surd. Okay, so remember, surd is like a square root. Okay, so when we get to this stage, we just need to kind of like think about basic mathematics really and solve it. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to add the 57 over. Okay, so minus 57, add it over gives us 57 on the other side. Okay, oops, it's not 2, is it? It's 7. Then we need to square root this other side, so square root of 57. Okay, but here's the trouble, okay? When you square root something, technically there is two answers. There is the positive or the negative of that. So we need to put plus or minus, okay? You can see how this is connected to the quadratic formula. So when you square root, typically speaking, the answer is the positive or the negative of that. Because if you think about it logically, if I said to you x squared equals 25, well, that means x could equal 5, because 5 squared is 25, but it could also equal negative 5, because negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25, so we have to put plus or minus. Okay, and then on this side we get x minus 7. Okay, because we square rooted the other side, so that means that square is gone. Now, all we need to do is to get the x on its own is add the 7 over, so I'm going to put 7 add, or minus, sorry, plus or minus, square root of 57, and this is the answer, and that's it basically. This is the exact answer. So technically speaking, x is equal to two answers really. It's equal to 7 add root 57 or 7 minus root 57. They're the two answers for x. Okay, but that's one way to kind of solve a quadratic. It's by completing the square. Now, by the way, you need to check that that's right. Okay, it is, but what did I do wrong? It didn't like something. Okay, I got it right, but I think I probably forgot to. Oh yeah, that's right. It's like I forgot to put that in. Okay, so just kind of be aware of that. That is the answer, by the way. Okay, let's just do another one real quick. So this one here, it'd be x take away 8 squared. Okay, so at a minus the 64, that would be there. Replace it with the 8 equals 0. Okay, this is going to be x minus 8 squared. Okay, I'm going to just work this out real quick. So minus 64 add 8 is minus 56. But I'm just going to write it on the other side. So add the 56 over to get rid of that. Okay, so it would be minus 56 on the left hand side, but I've just added it over. Okay, then I need to square root the 56. Okay, plus or minus. And then it'll be x take away 8 here. So let's get rid of that. It's not very clear. It needs to be written clearly. So, and then x would equal 8 plus or minus the square root of 56. Now, I'm going to check this answer, but it isn't finished yet. So it was going to throw up an error. Okay. Okay, so did I make a mistake first of all? So yeah, okay, it didn't like that, so I need to code that in. But if I convert that, okay, right, this thing here is not finished. Okay, just your laws of surds. Root 56, you need to think about what square number goes into root 56. Okay, and 4 goes into it, and it's 4 times 14 is actually 56. Okay, so remember your laws of surds. You can take the 4 out, so that'd be, so you can split this up, and the square root of 4 is 2, so this is 2 root 14. So if I cross that out and turn it into 2 root 14, this should be the answer. Okay, so you have to be careful, because if you square root a number, you have to write in its simplest form. So you need to remember how to simplify surds. So root 56 is equivalent to 2 root 14, because 4 goes into that 14 times, and the square root of 4 is 2, so you can put that on the outside. Okay, you will have to do that for these questions, so just kind of be aware of that. Okay, if it throws up an error, it's probably because I haven't coded the permutation in, but just make sure you're kind of doing that last bit. Okay, by the way, there's a link in the video to practice this skill, so have a go at it. Thank you for watching.